So we are in the discussion of power calculation with respect to the wattmeter. So in previous classes we discussed about the Blondel's theorem. Okay. Today's class we will discuss about effect of power factor on wattmeter readings and three-phase wattmeter. So we will see what we discussed in previous class. We discussed about the power measurement through Blondel's theorem. We discussed about measurement of power in a three-phase system using 3 wattmeter method, and we discussed about measurement of power using 2 wattmeter method using star connection and delta connection. So we analyzed the phasor diagram analysis and we started effect of power factor and wattmeter ratings. Okay, and next we will discuss about measurement of power in three-phase system using 1 wattmeter, and next we will discuss about three-phase wattmeter. So these are the things we will conclude on this today. After discussing three-phase wattmeter, we will conclude this topic. In next class, we will discuss about power factor meters. We'll discuss what is power factor and what is the purpose of power factor meters and what is the classification of power factor meters and what are the general objectives which we are going to see. Okay, so with respect to the previous discussion, we analyzed about Blondel's theorem. Okay, in a theoretical discussion, we analyzed about the Blondel's theorem mathematical discussion. We also discussed about 3 wattmeter method, three phase, 4 wire, 3 wattmeter method. Okay, and we discussed that in a numerical manner. And also we discussed about 2 wattmeter method, three phase, 3 wire system, 2 wattmeter method. In the two segments, we discussed this. We discussed about star connection and delta connection. I'm just keeping summarizing these things so that you people can summarize along with me. So if you have any doubts with that with these topics which we discussed earlier, you can let me know in the chat box. So if you have any queries, I will explain this again. And we discussed about the brief analysis of star connection with respect to 2 wattmeter method and delta connection with respect to 2 wattmeter method, and we analyzed even the phasor diagram. What is the phasor diagram analysis with respect to 2 wattmeter method, and what will be the description of phasor diagram, and also even we defined about the phasor systems. And next we discussed about delta connection. So now we are at the inception of effect of power factor meter readings. So how does power factor affects on the reading of wattmeters? So that is an important perspective. So how does this thing, how does the power factor affects? Most of we people are, most of we studied electrical circuit analysis, and we are even clearly know about what is meant by power factor and what is an effect of power factor, and what are the various elements developed to improve the power factor and to correct the power factor. Okay, so what is meant by power factor? Power factor is nothing but cosine of angle between voltage and current. That means the angle which is represented. So if we see in a phasor diagram, see in this phasor diagram, the angle which is represented in between voltage and current, that is represented with respect to phi. Okay, so cosine of this angle between voltage and in this voltage and current, that is represented as power factor. That is the definition of power factor. Okay, so what does the power factor defines means? Power factor will define about the phase angle between voltage and current, phase angle between voltage and current. So this is a peculiar description. So if we see the behavior of voltage and current in this scenario, if we see the behavior of voltage and current in this scenario, okay, so P1 is nothing but so if we in different cases we will analyze the power factor. Okay, so what is the effect of power factor on the reading of wattmeters? Now we are defined, now up to now we defined power factor. Now we are going to analyze what is that effect of power factor on the wattmeter readings which we are taking. So now we are analyzing, if we say the analysis of 2 wattmeter method, if it is a three phase, 3 wire system. See, let us see, this is a three phase, 3 wire system. See, this is a three phase, 3 wire system. Okay, and I am using 2 wattmeters, and with the help of 2 wattmeters I am measuring power. Okay, I am measuring power. P1 is the amount of power measured in first wattmeter. P2 is nothing but amount of power measured in second wattmeter. So at what particular instant we connected the common point? We connected the common point on the one of the conductors. So this is a conductor which is named as 1. This is a conductor named as 3. This is a conductor named as 2. I1 is the current flowing to the conductor 1. I3 is the current flowing through the conductor 3. I2 is the current flowing through the conductor 2. Okay, so if we connect one of the common points on a particular line, what does the Blondel's theorem says? If there are n number of conductors are connected with respect to the load, if the common point is connected on one of the lines, if the common point is connected, If the common point is connected on one of the lines, what will happen? Okay, the wattmeter reading can be observed with n minus 1 wattmeters. That means 3 number of conductors. One of the conductors connected on one of the line. So number of wattmeters measured will be 3 minus 1. 2 wattmeters will be enough to read the power in a total line. 2 wattmeters will be enough to measure the total power in the line. So that's what we defined. So from that reading, from the 2 wattmeter reading, so what is the power flowing with respect to the first wattmeter? So the power flowing with respect to the first wattmeter is observed with respect to P1 is equal to root 3 into VI cos 5 cos 30 minus 5. So this is what we defined from the previous discussion. So from that, if we summarize that, if we summarize, so let us say the phi is, if we substitute the value of phi is equal to 0 degrees, if we substitute the value of phi is equal to 0 degrees, what will be the expression? The expression will be rewrite as root 3 va cos phi is equal to 30 degrees. So what will be the final expression? 3 by 2 va. Same thing with respect to P2, power measured with the second wattmeter, that is equal to root 3 into va cos of 30 degrees. Sorry, it is not 38, it is 30 minus 5. So solve along with me in your running notes. It will be simple, otherwise the things will be so much complex, you don't get understand at the end of the discussion. Okay, so what will be the thing? If we substitute the value of phi is equal to 0, same root 3 into vi cos 30, that is equal to 3 by 2 vi. So if we substitute both of them, if we substitute these both terms, p1 plus p2 is equal to 3va. What if we sum this both of the terms, that is p1 plus p2 is equal to 3va. So that means at a particular unity power factor, so we are saying that your power factor is unity, cos phi is equal to 1. At a particular unity power factor, the readings of two wattmeters should be equal. So the reading of wattmeter 1 will be equal to reading of wattmeter 2. Each wattmeter reads a particular half of the total power. That's why the two wattmeters will read the same amount of power. So that is the first condition. That is the first condition when the power factor is at 0.5. Sorry, when the power factor is at 1, that is unity power factor, and angle is 0. Okay. So when the power factor is 0.5, if this is a specific discussion, when the power factor is 0.5 and the phase angle between voltage and current is 60 degrees. Okay, so here phi, the angle between voltage and current, that is 60 degrees. If we substitute the value in p1 is nothing but power measured with respect to wattmeter 1, that is root 3 va cos of 30 minus 5. In the value of 5, if we substitute 60 degrees, if we substitute 60 degrees, what will happen? If we substitute 60 degrees, cos 30 minus 60, that is equal to cos 30, that again root 3, the that p1 is equal to 3 by 2 vi. In the second condition also, if we substitute the, what is the expression of p2 is equal to root 3 vi cos of 30 plus 5. What is the value of phi? Phi is equal to 60 degrees. 60 degrees. What is the value of p1 plus p2? P1 plus p2 is equal to root 3 vi cos of 30 plus 5, cos of that, here cos 30 plus 60, that is equal to 90. Again, what will happen to cos 90? Value of cos 90 will be 0, and this total term will become 0. This total term will become 0. So p1 plus p2 is equal to 3 by 2 vi plus 0, that is equal to 3 by 2 vi. Okay, so that means here this is a peculiar condition where power factor is 0.5. Okay, that means if the power factor is 0.5, the phase angle will be 60 degrees. Okay, that is the thing happened here. When the power factor is 0.5, one of the important concern with respect to competitive exams, this is openly and widely asked in competitive exams. That's why I keep on discussing very keenly. Okay, many people asked the queries with respect to the previous class. That's why I am discussing this again. So when power factor is 0.5, the phase angle will be 60 degrees. Okay, the angle between voltage and current is 60 degrees. At that condition, one of the wattmeters will read the 0. Okay, one of the wattmeter is 0, that means here the p2 read the value 0. Okay, the p1 will read the total power, that means total power flowing in the line, that is 3 by 2 vi. That is the total power calculated here. Total power calculated here. This is the second case. So anyone is having any doubt with this type of calculation, just post your doubt in the chat box. We will discuss your doubt at the end of the discussion. Okay, don't hesitate yourself. If you hesitate yourself, the things will become so much complex, you don't understand the concept at the end of the session. Okay, so when the power factor is equal to 0 degrees, and when the here we have phase angle is equal to 90 degrees, that means when power factor is 0, the cosine of angle between voltage and current, the cosine of angle between voltage and current, let us say this is voltage I, this voltage V, and this is current I. The angle between voltage and current is 90 degrees. Angle between voltage and current is 90 degrees. If we substitute the value of phi, P is equal to root 3 VI cos of 30 minus phi. What is the value of phi? Phi is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, what will happen to P1? P1 is equal to root 3 VI cos 30 minus 90 degrees. That is equal to root 3 by 2 VI. Root 3 by 2 VI. If we substitute the same parameters in the value of P2, okay, P2 is equal to root 3 VI cos of 30 plus phi. Phi is equal to 90 degrees again. Root 3 VI cos of 30 plus phi is equal to 90 degrees. That is equal to minus root 3 by 2 VI. Minus root 3 by 2 VI, that is total terms V1 plus P2 is equal to 0. Total power P is equal to, what will be the total power? 3 root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2 VI minus root 3 by 2 VI, both will get cancelled. Okay, both will get cancelled and total power is equal to 0. That means what happened here, if power factor is 0, power factor is 0 and cos phi is equal to 90 degrees, what happened here? So this is a peculiar discussion. If power factor is 0, if power factor is 0 and here we have phi is equal to 90 degrees, at this type of discussion, reading of two wattmeters P1 and P2 should be equal to an opposite sign. See, P1, in P1 we got, in P1 discussion we got root 3 by 2, in P2 discussion we got minus root 3 by 2. That means two wattmeters must be equal to a bit opposite sign. Okay, that means the power factor, if the power factor is below 0.5, the power factor is below 0.5, here the power factor stated is 0, that means the power factor is below 0.5. At that condition, one of the wattmeter will read a positive indication and one of the wattmeter will read the negative indication. Under these conditions, what we have to do is current coils under this potential under this wattmeter P2, okay, current coil of this wattmeter P2 must be reversed, must be reversed with respect to the pressure coil. Then the wattmeter will read a positive reading at the end of the given total power. So this means this is a peculiar discussion which we analyze. That is the effect of power factor, effect of power factor on a wattmeter reading, effect of power factor on a wattmeter reading. So next topic, next concept we will discuss about 1 wattmeter method. 1 wattmeter method. So 1 wattmeter method. So up to now we analyzed about 3 wattmeter method. Next we analyzed about 3 wire 2 wattmeter method, star connection and delta connection. And next we discussed about effect of power factor on wattmeter readings. Now we are analyzing about 1 wattmeter method. So this is a peculiar discussion. 1 wattmeter method is a peculiar discussion. So we keep on assuming that the load is balanced. Here we have shown a star connected load, a star connected load, 3-phase star connected load. Voltage flowing through the star connected load is V1, first conductor. Voltage flowing through the second conductor, that is V2. Voltage flowing through the third conductor is V3. So with respect to the same parameters, the current flowing through the first conductor is I1, the current flowing through the first conductor is I1, the current flowing through the third conductor is I3, and the current flowing through the second conductor is I2. Okay, so where we connected the wattmeter, current coil is connected in series to the line, pressure coil is connected in parallel to the line. Okay, see here the pressure coil connection. See here the pressure coil is connected in a different manner. The pressure coil is connected with the help of a switch. The pressure coil is connected with the help of a switch here. Pressure coils are connected with the help of a switch here. That means we can connect the wattmeters with respect to the line 3 with the help of the switch, or we can connect the wattmeter pressure coil terminals with respect to the line 2. Okay, as the current coil is connected in series to the first line, we can connect the pressure coil even to the line 2, or we can connect to the pressure coil even to the line 3. Okay, so in this way, in this method, the load is balanced. The load is balanced and the current coil is connected in series to the line, or pressure coil is connected to one of these two lines. Okay, so let us, already in the previous discussion we said voltage flowing to the conductors, that is V1, V2, V3, the load is balanced. That's why V1 is equal to V2 is equal to capital V. V1 is equal to V2 is equal to capital V. and currents flowing in the line, that is I1 is equal to I2 is equal to capital I. I1 is equal to I2 is equal to capital I. Okay, so V13 is equal to V12 is equal to root 3. That means if the potential coil stud switch is connected at 3, you see here, if the stud switch is connected here, 1 second. So if the stud switch is connected at third term, what will be the what will be the voltage flowing here? Voltage flowing will be V13. Okay, if the stud switch is connected at second terminal, voltage flowing will be in between 1 and voltage flowing will be between 1 and 2, that is V12. V12, that means here, as the load is balanced, okay, V12 is equal to V13 is equal to V12 is equal to root V. V13 is equal to V12 is equal to root V. So if we observe the reading of wattmeters individually, when the reading of wattmeter is connected at switch stud 3, when the reading of the wattmeter is connected at stud 3, P1 is equal to V13 into I1. So we know the power expression, power P is equal to VI cos phi. Okay, what is the value of V? V is equal to V13. What is the value of I? I is equal to I1. Okay, cos of 30 minus 5. Okay, cos of 30 minus 5. What will be the expression? We know the value of V13 is equal to root 3V. Value of I1 is equal to capital I, that is equal to root 3 VI cos of 30 minus 5. Okay, so if the reading of the wattmeter is connected switch 2, the reading of the wattmeter is connected switch 2, what will be the value of total power P2? P2 is equal to, total power P2 is equal to V12 into I1 cos of 30 plus 5. Okay, cos of 30 plus 5, that is in the value of capital V, we substituted V12 because the potential coil stud switch is connected in between 1 and 2. 1 and 2, that's why the voltage is V12 and current flowing is I1 series to the current coil I1 cos of 30 plus 5, cos of 30 plus 5. So if we summarize both of them, if we summarize P1 plus P2, what will be the expression? Root 3 VI cos of 30 minus 5 plus cos of 30 plus 5, that is equal to this cos of 30 minus 5 and this 5 will get cancelled. What will happen? VI cos root 3 is equal to root E, that is equal to VI cos 5. Okay, VI cos phi, that is the final expression we got. That is the final expression we got. That means here if we summarize both of them, okay, the power if we summarize both of them in an instantaneous power calculated by the 2 watt meters should be equal to the load balanced with respect to the star connection in a 1 watt meters method. So that is what we analyzed in a mathematical discussion here. That is what we analyzed in a mathematical discussion method here. So if we analyze in a phasor discussion, if the same parameter which we discussed mathematically, if we analyze it in a phasor point of view, most of you are familiar with the phasor discussion. What is meant by phasor discussion? In a phasor point of view, phasor is nothing but a pictorial representation of voltage and currents. Behavior of voltage and currents in a pictorial representation or graphical representation is known as phasor diagram. So here the phasor diagram is analyzed with respect to a single wattmeter method. Single wattmeter method. So single wattmeter method. See here, if we analyze the phasor diagram, see this is the value of V1, V2, and V3. Is the value of V1, V2, V3. The phase angle between V1 and V2 is analyzed with respect to 120 degrees. Phase angle between V2 and V3 is analyzed with respect to 120 degrees. And the phase angle between V1 and V3 is analyzed with respect to 120 degrees. That means the equal distribution of phase angle is done between V1, V2, and V3. Okay, V1, V2, and V3. So in this particular description of phase angle, we can clearly observe the behavior in between the voltages, the phase angle between the voltages. Next, if we see the behavior of current, we will discuss only single amount of current flowing through the current coil. The single amount of current flowing through the current coil is I1. Single amount of current flowing through the current coil is I1. Current flowing through the current coil is I1. V1 with respect to I1, that is having at a description of 30 minus 5. 30 minus 5 is nothing but a phase angle between V1 and I1. 30 minus 5. Okay, 30 minus 5 with respect to first wattmeter, 30 plus 5 with respect to second wattmeter. Okay, identically if we shift the value of V2 in an opposite direction, this is the value of V2. If we tilt this in opposite direction, this will be minus V2. Similarly, if we describe the value of V3 between V1 and V2, that will be here. Okay, the resultant current of V12 is nothing but voltage flowing in the pressure coil if 1 and 2 studs are connected, that is drawn here. See, this is nothing but behavior of V12 between, in this discussion, if the stud switch is connected in 1 and 3, the behavior of V13 is represented here. Okay, so V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3, that is equal to capital V. So it is a balanced network. Since we are saying this is a balanced network. This is a balanced network. And next, I1 is equal to I2 equal to I3 because it is a balanced system. So if V1 is, if we stud switch 1 and 3 are connected, the voltage will be V13. Stud switch 1 and 2 are connected, the voltage switch will be V12, that is equal to root 3V. Okay, so if we already derived this again. So from this particular point of view, if we proceed in case of a 2 wattmeter system, if we proceed to a through wattmeter system, what will be the behavior of power factor means tan phi is equal to root 3 of P1 minus P2 by P1 plus P2. Okay, so if we substitute them in the form of an power factor, what will be the value of phi from this expression? What will the value of phi? Phi is equal to tan inverse of root 3 P1 plus P2 divided by P1 minus P2. So I substituted the entire thing in cos phi. Phi is equal to tan inverse phi cos phi. What is the value of phi? Phi is equal to tan inverse of root 3 into P1 minus P2. That means here we analyzed the description. That means here we analyzed the description of single wattmeter method in this entire phasor diagram. So from this expression of phasor diagram, okay, when the load is balanced here in this our discussion, the load is balanced and the current coil is connected in series to the line, and pressure coil may be connected in parallel to the line at one of the segmentation. So we analyzed the phasor and we derived the power calculation, and also we defined the power factor numerically and theoretically. Okay, so anybody is having any doubts up to now? So up to now we discussed about measurement of power in three-phase 1 wattmeter method, effect of power factor on 3 wattmeters method. Okay, we discussed these two concepts. Is it clear up to now? Is it okay? If you have someone posted a query in the chat, let me explain. What happens? How can we connect the single wattmeter with respect to three-phase systems? So that's what we are analyzing. It's a simple query, as you posted in the chat. How can we connect a single wattmeter? Means the current coil is connected in series to the first line. Okay, and we connected the stud switch here. The stud switch, with the help of the stud switch, we can connect the potential coil. What we are defined, current coil is called as current element. Okay, potential coil is called as voltage element. Current coil is connected in series to the line. Okay, potential coil is connected in parallel to the line. How can we connect this potential coil, or how can we connect this current coil? Okay, current coil can be connected in parallel to the line. If we connect the stud switch to stud 3, the voltage absorbed will be V13. If the stud switch is connected to the stud 2, the voltage absorbed will be V12. Okay, so any queries? Is it clear? Current element is connected in series to the line. Voltage element is connected in parallel to the line. We connected with the other two lines with the help of a stud switch. Okay, so if we go on to the next concept, that is three-phase wattmeter. This is a single description, three-phase wattmeter. First we will go through the construction. One second. First we will go through the construction here. So in this concept, here we have two elements. Okay, what in previous discussion we already discussed what is meant by an element. Okay, current coil is the entire assembly of current coil with respect to the moving coils will be called as an element. Okay, So in previously we got only single element. What does single element have? Single elements have two current coils. See, this is one current coil, this is one current coil. In between the current coil we placed the moving coil. Okay, current coil, this is a current coil and this is a current coil. In between two current coils we placed the potential coil or pressure coil or moving coil. That means if these two fluxes, flux is produced by two current coils, in the presence of these two current coils created flux, they created an additional flux created with moving coil. The continuous interaction between the flux due to current coil and pressure coil creates a deflection in the needle. Okay, that's what we discussed about. So if we discussed this thing of three-phase wattmeter, this in this entire discussion we have this element one. Element one contains current coils, two current coils. This is one current coil, this is one current coil, and this is one moving coil. Okay, and element two contains two current coils. This is one current coil and this is one current coil, and here we have a moving coil. Entire moving coil is connected in a single spindle. See, మూవింగ్ కాయిల్ మొత్తం టూ మూవింగ్ కాయిల్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదండి, ఇది ఒక మూవింగ్ కాయిల్ అండి, ఇది ఒక మూవింగ్ కాయిల్ అండి. ఈ మూవింగ్ కాయిల్ మొత్తం ఏం చేసామండి, ఒకే స్పిండిల్, సింగిల్ స్పిండిల్ మీద కనెక్ట్ చేసామండి. టూ స్పిండిల్స్ కాదు, ఎలిమెంట్ వన్కి ఒక స్పిండిల్, ఎలిమెంట్ టూకి ఒక స్పిండిల్ ఉండదండి. ఎంటైర్ మూవింగ్ కాయిల్స్ మొత్తం ఒక సింగిల్ స్పిండిల్ మీద కనెక్ట్ చేసి ఆ సింగిల్ స్పిండిల్ కి మనం ఒక నీడిల్ కనెక్ట్ చేసాం. దిస్ ఇస్ అ నీడిల్, దిస్ ఇస్ అ నీడిల్. This is a needle we discussed about. And see, all the current coils, see, this is one current coil of element 1 and this is the current coil of element 2, this is current coil of element 2 and this is current coil of element 2. All current coils are connected in series with the all current coils are connected in series. Okay, this is about theoretical construction. If we see the circuit construction, see how can we connect a three-phase wattmeter, how can we connect a series three-phase wattmeter. Means this is the element 1. Element 1 is connected with respect to current coil and potential coil. Element 2 is connected with respect to current coil and potential coil. Okay, so potential coil is connected with respect to resistance. Most of you are familiar with this resistance. Why we connected the resistance? The purpose of this high conductive resistance is to eliminate the current flowing in this potential coil, right? So we connected again a resistance to this potential coil. It is connected in series with an external variable resistance. This means the main purpose of this connecting an external resistance is to eliminate the mutual effects in between two elements. Okay, so if we observe, this is about the construction. This is about the construction. If we analyze the three-phase wattmeter, we will only discuss about theoretical discussion here. The numerical analysis is not required. If we discuss about the theoretical description, okay, if this is nothing but if we discuss in a theoretical discussion here, theoretical discussion is quite enough. The dynamometer type wattmeter consisting of two separate wattmeter movements. One is represented as element 1 and second one is represented as element 2. Okay, so two current coils and two pressure coils are present here. The current coil together with the pressure coil is called as an element. So this is nothing but an element. Okay, so and the current coil with respect to potential coil, this is called as an element 2. Entire thing here we have two elements. Okay, the connection of these two elements is represented with respect to three-phase wattmeters. This is quite similar with respect to a two wattmeter method which we discussed earlier, but there is a difference between two wattmeter method and this thing. What is the analysis difference? What is the analytical difference? Means the torque produced by one of the element is proportional to the power measured by it. Okay, the total torque, when we discuss about the behavior of total torque of a moving system, the sum of the deflection torque with the two elements, that is equal to total torque. That means the deflection torque provided with respect to this element 1 is proportional to the deflection torque provided with respect to element 2. That means P1 wattmeter reading provided with this element, okay, and P2 wattmeter reading provided with the second element. If we summarize both of them, that is proportional to the total power. That means the deflection torque provided here at this instant of this entire moving element system is proportional to total power. Okay, if we see here in this three-phase wattmeter reading clearly, there is no description of mutual interference. Okay, because the mutual interference is eliminated with the help of an external connected resistance. Okay, So the resistance which is connected here, the main purpose is to eliminate the mutual interference, and on next it will also eliminate the error point of consumption. Okay, the power produced by the element P1 is proportional to the power produced by the element P2, and P1 and P2, that is proportional to the total power which is observed here. Okay, so that is about three-phase wattmeter. Have any queries, just let me know in the chat box. So up to now what we discussed in this entire concept, this is a lengthy concept we discussed in 3 classes nearly. I'm just summarizing a few things. We discussed about the Blondel's theorem. Firstly, we discussed about Blondel's theorem, power in a three-phase measurement. Okay, what does Blondel's theorem says? In a network, ఒక నెట్వర్క్ లో 3 కండక్టర్స్ ఉన్నాయి. 3 కండక్టర్స్ కి మనం 3 వాట్ మీటర్స్ కనెక్ట్ చేసామండి. ఈ 3 వాట్ మీటర్స్ యొక్క పొటెన్షియల్ కాయిల్స్, కరెంట్ కాయిల్ ని మనం కరెంట్ ఎలిమెంట్ అన్నామండి, పొటెన్షియల్ కాయిల్ ని మనం వోల్టేజ్ ఎలిమెంట్ అన్నామండి. ఈ పొటెన్షియల్ కాయిల్ ఆల్ కామన్ పాయింట్స్ ని అవే ఫ్రమ్ ద లైన్ కనెక్ట్ చేసాం అనుకోండి, 3 వాట్ మీటర్స్ ఆర్ ఎనఫ్ టు మెజర్ టోటల్ పవర్ rating in a three-phase system. If instantaneous power measured, is it clear now? Right. Instantaneous power measured with respect to the 3 watt meters. Instantaneous power measured with respect to the 3 watt meters, that is equal to the common point connected here. Okay. And next we discussed about 2 watt meter method. Next we discussed about 2 watt meter method, and we analyzed the 2 watt meter method individually with respect to star connection and individually with respect to delta connection. Okay. And next we discussed about the phasor diagram analysis of 2 watt meter method, star connection, 2 individual phasor diagram analysis. And next in today's class we discussed about effect of power factor meter, effect of power factor ratings on watt meter readings. Next we discussed about 1 watt meter method and its phasor analysis. Okay. And next we discussed about 3-phase wattmeter readings. Okay, that is up to today's class, that is up to the measurement of power. In next class we will discuss about power factor meters. We will discuss about introduction to power factor, various power factor meter calculations, and individual construction. Thank you.